In this story, Levity and Gabby show the Localising food team around their 900 square metre Takaka property and explain why they're converting their lawn into edible crops. They also give us an insight into why growing their own food is an important part of how they raise their family.
We've been here for 2 years and we've planted over 40 fruit trees, including small berries like blueberries, brambles, and
things that are going to get big like sapotes and avocados,
feijoas, olives, orange, mandarin, lemons,
vines like
passion fruit,
grapes. And when we came here it was just grass. There was pretty much grass.
and we laid down a whole lot of cardboard.
We started off with seagrass and we got sacks of horse manure. We used compost. We got bales of pea straw and the leafy parts of trees that we were pruning, so anything that would break down relatively quickly. And we're still building them up. We're not intensively using the beds. We're growing a bit of food in each one, then often kind of putting them to sleep for a while, mulching them heavily after our crops come out or putting a green crop in.
We're going to plant some goji berries. Over here we're getting that bed ready. We just get driftwood and again sheet mulch rather than try and get rid of the grass, just go on top of it. So the way that we fit in so many trees and berries and things is quite often by espaliering the trees, and that means that we've put wires around the perimeter in certain places, like a low wire, medium wire, high wire and a very high wire, and you train the branches to grow along the wires so that they grow along the perimeter of your place rather than out into the space. That's a good way to fit lots of trees into a small space and to make good use of the sun, because you really prune things so that the plant gets lots of sun and produces lots of fruit. The main reason why we're growing so much food is because I don't like mowing lawns.
He doesn't mow the lawns, I do, but anyway.
Actually, I have mowed the lawns, but she does it more often, by quite a lot.
So yeah, anyway, he doesn't like mowing lawns.
Yeah, so we're going to get rid of the lawns and it's going to be all made out of stuff you can eat, which is another thing I like doing. And I like
Eating.
Walking outside and just picking a piece of fruit or a vegetable is just very satisfying.
I love growing food. It's a really important part of life for me. It feels like a really natural thing to do, and I really appreciate knowing where my food comes from, knowing what's gone into the soil that it's grown in, and knowing that my family's eating food that they can describe where it's come from. Yeah, when I go to the city and have to buy food in other places, supermarkets or sometimes even organic stores, and I can't identify where things have come from, I feel a bit cautious, I guess. I just like to know what's gone into my food, and I'll look at something that I think looks really nice and want to buy it, and then I realise it's come all the way from Argentina or somewhere which I think, far out, I'm eating food from somewhere so far away and so removed from my immediate environment. It doesn't seem that natural.
I'm new to it, so I'm learning new ways to approach it, or I'm trying things out, I'm experimenting. I'm learning a lot all the time, and so for me it's important to model learning as a dad or as an adult for children, because that's how they learn to learn, is by having people learning around them. And it doesn't mean that I get it right all the time. There's so much kind of that I could look at that's wrong in the world and that's broken or needs fixing, but all I can really do is just walk out my door and operate in this place where I am. And if I do that from fun and from love and from a really good feeling, then for me that's, I have this, like it's a faith or something, that's the best I can do for the world. Hopefully I can just make a good example of a human being that creates something that's beautiful or that's nourishing. If I have one tip to kind of help you on the way to start growing some of your own food and having a good fun connection with the plants and the life around you, I'd say just get a pot and some earth, some potting mix, some seeds, and just grow some in a pot. If it feels daunting to make garden beds or create a huge garden to feed lots of people, just start from a little pot and enjoy growing some seeds and watch them and learn what you learn just from that first step.